tell you good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh, susceptible now before the moment flies. It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah, and nothing can stop me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what.
Fine, no matter what.
Susceptible now before the moment flies.
Boppity boppity bop. We are back. We are back. He ain't fine. I can't stand him. Always trying to act like he doing something. I don't like the way he look. I don't like the way he smell. His ears funny. Mm-hmm. I'm fine no matter what. Yeah. Yeah, you fine no matter what, baby. Bye-bye. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope you are doing well. Get that focus a little bit more. We are on live stream broadcast scheduled anyway from Miami. We're gonna go out with a bang. So here's the thing, man. A lot of things going on these YouTube streets, but we are full steam ahead doing what we do. Full steam ahead, ladies, gentlemen. All I'm going to ask you to do as we could go into this broadcast is to keep the engagement up over 50%. That's all we need to do. Keep the likes up. All right. Red Bull. Shout out to Jared. He said, Red Bull on me. Appreciate it, fam. All right. Let's get into it. No need to slow roll it. No need to slow roll it. Let's jump on into it. What is the biggest difference between modern women and women in high demand? And for those who have short attention spans or short memories, let me go ahead and put it back up there because, you know, your godfather's good for the visual aids. A high demand woman is a woman that has the right mindset. She's agreeable, she's cooperative, and she is smart. She's also a woman who is fit inside and out. That means she's dedicated, disciplined, and discerning. She's also a woman who is the epitome of feminine. And in that means she's affectionate, accommodating with a subtle sophistication. And lastly, they're in no particular order, she's naturally nurturing. So that means she is carefree, loving, easygoing, and a lightheartedness about her. This is what we always talk about. There's no such thing as conditional femininity. You don't turn being a high demand woman on or off. And yes, a high demand woman, she looks good because she is good. Yeah, you know, and of course, she can be a 5, an average looking woman, and still land a high value man early on. She can be a 6, cute, and land a high value man relatively early on. But the longer she tends to wait, the higher up she's going to need to perform in looks. But even that is something that can be worked with. I'm sorry, my manners. Candle of the evening. We're burning two at once. We're burning Fig and Bay from Diptyque. Fragrance of the day from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Fragrance is called 754. A musky lemon and thyme fragrance. This stuff just smells like class. I've been rocking Creed Aventus a lot this week, and it's the king of fragrances for a reason. But I'm going to tell you, there are some fragrances that just smells like a clean white shirt. And Francis Kurkdjian, Aqua Universalis and Aqua Universalis Forte are two fragrances that smell like a clean white shirt. Add this one to the list. Clean white shirt, and then also Creed Pure White Cologne. But anyway, get on into it. Oh, Sean said, thank God for notifications. Yeah, the notifications aren't seeming to be going out. Here's what I'll need all to do. Moderators, do me a favor. Keep reminding people every 10 or 15 minutes to remind themselves to check to see if you're still subscribed. Fully 30, almost 40% of the people who watch this channel aren't subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, you won't get the notifications. Okay? So let's get to it. What separates modern women from high demand women? Anybody want to hazard a guess? What separates modern women from high demand women? I want to see what you guys think in the chat room. What are some of the things that would separate? What's the most important thing that separates a modern woman from a woman that's in high demand? Let's see what you guys come up with. Because folks in the academy tend to be pretty good. This is the academy. The members of the chat room are called the academy. And on the Patreon, it's called the family. You should be a member of both. You got no notifications. Okay, do me a favor, guys. Share this out because the notifications may not be going out. So we're going to have to create a post and tell everybody we're live. Let me do this real quick. Somebody said mindset. Close. Somebody said cooperation. Okay. I want you guys to think about it this way. The thing that separates modern women from women in high demand is something as simple as preparation.
You are not prepared.
And modern women are not prepared. Modern women are not prepared, and they are not preparing. See, that's the difference. Modern women were not prepared, and they are not preparing. As opposed to women that are in high demand, they were prepared and continue to prepare themselves afterwards. Preparation. Ladies, what are you prepared to do? What are you preparing for? So this is why I got one serious question for you. This is why we make such a big distinction with I got my PhD and all this other stuff. Oh, that's fine, but what are you preparing to do? When you're going to college, before you take the ACT and the SAT, you take a prep test. Before you take your driving exam, you take a written test. What are you prepared to do? What are you prepared to do? Like in the movie Untouchables, as Sean Connery was dying. Modern women were prepared to be at best partners. Women in high demand are prepared for hierarchy and structure and roles. And see, this is what it comes right down to. When you're being raised, you don't have a choice on how you're being prepared. But after 18, you have a choice. Ladies, are you preparing to be a partner? Or are you preparing to be a wife? Two different things. This is why so many women today are just simply not, they're just not, they're not, are delaying marriage, delaying everything else. And this is why so many men today are completely like, why should I rush? What's the incentive for the average man to care about marriage? Because most women are simply not prepared. Ask yourself a serious question, ladies. What are you preparing for? Are you preparing a life that's a single life? Here's some of the hallmarks of a single life.
I'm a PhD.
I don't need a cookbook.
I rebuke.
If you are spending more time preparing for this so-called career than you are for a husband, that's what you're going to get. Newsflash, 20% of women have careers. 80% of women have jobs. And even in that 20%, you got to remember 75% of women make $50,000 or less in our community. So I was having this conversation with you're going to see me sitting down interviewing and talking to people who disagree with me in a respectful way to talk about modern relationships and the fact that so many modern women are more prepared to go it alone and struggle. Modern women are prepared to do everything by themselves and think about self above everything else. Ask the typical modern woman how something's going to happen. Like I was on Instagram the other day talking to a 22-year-old woman, and it bothers most modern women to admit they need a man. Well, let me be the first one to tell you, unless you're going to make $80,000 or more in Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, and you're going to invest it wisely and not touch it, you need a man. You need a man because you won't make enough money to live. We've done this example countless times. Modern women are not prepared.
You are not prepared!
Modern women are simply not prepared. They're not prepared. They're not preparing. And honestly, they think they have time. Modern women think they have time to prepare later on.
Winter is coming.
And winter is here. That whole thing about 27, time to sell. 30 years old, 50% off. I sat down talking to a woman who, by all accounts, most people would say she's very attractive. And it bothered her that I said, you about to tell me I'm 50% off? And I said, yeah. Because beauty ain't special. You're not rare. 50% off at 30. 35, clearance. 40%, outlet. 50%, Goodwill Salvation Army. That's not a joke. That is the sexual marketplace in a nutshell. And right now, it's Friday night here in Miami. You know how many 50-year-old women are sitting here watching me worldwide because their phone ain't ringing anymore. Nobody's blowing up or texting at best. Somebody's trying to slide by with some replens to dust that thing off. But they ain't trying to be seen out in public with you. How many women who were adjustable 6s, 8s, and 9s who are 40 years old or anywhere from 37 to 40 who are just as single? They just have more opportunities for short-term sex But ain't nobody trying to marry no one between 35 and 40 and turn you into a housewife and you've been working this entire time. If you're 35 to 40 and think you're going to be made into a housewife, you got another thing coming. Because you have already gone out. You are the most expensive you will ever be at 35 to 40. Your fertility is at its lowest. Your debt is at its highest. You are milk that's about to spoil in the morning. Oh, shit. Oh my God. Ladies, you're day old bread. Ladies, you what is it called the day before milk spoils? Ladies, at 35 to 40, you are in the area of spoiled milk. Don't get mad at me. I just work here. What are they doing? What are they doing in the grocery store? When milk is about to spoil, they rotate it to the front. This is why you start to see more women over 33 starting to dress more provocatively, put themselves out there, because they are selling sex. Because they don't have youth to sell anymore. They don't have virginity or they've been out there too long. And everybody knows you about to spoil. Last call for alcohol. That's where y'all at. 35 to 40. So give up the notion at 35 plus years old that you're going to be somebody's housewife raising 2 to 3 kids and not having to work. Nope. No, that went to the women that's 23 or 26. Shout out to Theo Wife. Appreciate it, my friend. What did Theo come through and say? Yet again, you are correct. I'm 48, and I don't even acknowledge women past 32. Thank you. I was asked the other day, women I date. I tend to date women 35 and under. Preferably 30 and under. It is an exceptional woman that's over 35 that I will consider dating. And I will tell you, most of them don't work. And they don't work not because I'm not that dude. They don't work because the women are too damaged. They are too stuck. See, I can put the kind of women the women that say they want a man like Theo Wife in the room with a bunch of Theos. And Theo, I guarantee you guys will back me up on this. How many women have been exposed as being pretenders when they run into a real, I'm going to use a word. When they run into a real ninja, when they run into a real one, when they run into a thorough one, a dude that has the resources, the paper to make you, to retire you, to pay your bills, to pay your student loan debt, to put to bed all that. So you ain't got to worry. He got the money to pay the cost to be the boss, to raise children and all that. No more financial stuff, and live the life that you can't pay for yourself. And Theo, how many women crack under that kind of pressure? They're like, oh, what a lot of women end up doing? Especially women over 35, because they never thought it would happen. See, modern women aren't prepared for success. They want to be married, but they're not prepared to be wives. They're not prepared to win. This is why they end up wrecking their own home. This is why you see women with good men who wreck them, because they are prepared for the struggle. And in our culture, we deify that shit. The music talks about it. Black folks are so in love with Tyrone and the pain and that's why Scandal was so popular. Olivia Pope wanted heart-aching, ripping, tearing, soul-splitting, chaotic love. No. When you're dealing with a woman a prepared woman, she don't want no parts of that. So this is why some of my biggest critics and detractors are college-educated women in their 30s. Because they know in places they don't want to admit to their girlfriends and other women around when they sitting around talk about,
I'm a PhD.
yeah, girl, we're going to go to Bermuda and this, that, we're going to go to Fiji and da-da-da-da-da. They know in places that, you know what, if I ever ran into one of them thorough dudes, one of them real dudes, he's going to sit me down and talk to me, and he's going to figure out that I'm actually really an imposter. I'm not what I say I am. I'm not what I say I am, and I'm not what I say I won't. I really like dating dudes that are beneath me. I'm better suited for dudes that don't challenge me. I'm better suited. This is why I was telling this one woman, this is why you see more educated women dating down. It's because you can't date up. Come on, fellas. How many times have you seen a woman with a
I'm a
bachelor's,
PhD.
a master's, or an MBA, and she's got the looks, and then she's still dating somebody, and you're like, how do y'all even have a conversation? Let's get into it. Especially in the black community, you see so many attractive black women who date dudes in the industry. Because dudes in the industry they're not mental juggernauts. They don't challenge these folks. They just gotta be pretty and go shopping. The most important thing they gotta do is look good and throw it back. But then they get bored because you've been prepared to be a girlfriend. That's all modern women are prepared to be, is a girlfriend, a travel companion. So you ask the average modern woman what she wants. She says she wants a marriage, and what does she describe? Something that sounds short term. I want a partner so we can travel and fish and this and that, da da da. Then you start asking about life planning. And it's like they've never thought about, what? What? Retirement? What? They say talk, oh yeah, I want to buy property and this and that. No financial sense. See, real dudes, thorough dudes, high value men scare the shit out of imposter women. That's why so many modern women
I'm a PhD.
hate this broadcast because it's shining a big light and saying, you ain't all that. You got a PhD, you got a master's, you got a bachelor's or whatever, but your mindset is still girlfriend at best. Versus the women who don't necessarily have all that bachelor's, master's, the women who prioritize relationship, those very women who laugh at those women who ain't out here achieving what they are, those are the women that get married and go off and live a life, and they're like, well, he married a secretary or this or that. No, he married a woman that was prepared. She was prepared, and she continued preparing. This is one of the biggest tricks over here. We got a lot of women over here. A lot of my critics say, over there you talk about high value men, but there ain't a lot of high value men over there. A lot of these are fake. Over here we also got a lot of chameleons, rebels, and imposters. A lot of female imposters. But before you get mad, sit there and listen to me. I'm diagnosing what it is, but I'm going to help you fix it. Many of you modern women are imposters. And you hate to see me coming. Because I'll sit you down and I'll talk to you, and in under 5 minutes I'll tell you what I think. And then be like, and it's amazing. It's amazing when I sit down with women who are used to bullshitting and baffling other people. And I sit down like, well, what do you think? Blah, 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 blah. All you hear is this. That's all you hear is like, damn. How you just going? Nobody likes to be read, or nobody likes to be exposed like that. Well, the only way you're gonna get better is to recognize, get your ass up off your shoulders and realize that you ain't all that. We all got something to prove to somebody. You know what they look like? They all do the same thing. I kid you not. It's the same damn thing. And they get so mad at me. And I'm like, why are you mad at me? I didn't do nothing. All I did was acknowledged what everybody else can see. But it's like women today don't want us to believe our lying eyes. This is why it's like, well, how do you get to be over 30 and so attractive and unmarried? And like I say, when I sit there and I talk to them after I listen to their story, This is the look on their face right here. Here's the look they have on their face right here. They got this look on their face like there. Peter Griffin on Family Guy, he just stood next to a no loitering sign for like 3 minutes, not saying nothing. He was loitering. They just loitering. Y'all ain't loitering, they're imposting. How do we fix this? First how we fix it is we acknowledge it. You acknowledge it. You're not prepared. You're not preparing. You're preparing. If you're not preparing to be a wife, you're preparing to be single. Bottom line. Say it with me now. If you're not preparing to be a wife, you're preparing to be single. If you're not prepared to be a wife, you're preparing to be single. And I don't care what you call it, wife, long-term relationship. I don't care what you want your emotionally significant, emotionally profound, long-term relationship to be called. Call it tiddlywinks. Whatever you call it, you aren't prepared for it. And if you're not preparing for it, you're just preparing to be single. Modern women are not prepared. How do you fix it? First off, you acknowledge it's there. Number two, you better start acting and moving with a sense of urgency, because the less time you have to mess around and play. I say, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're a modern woman and you know you're not prepared, or you know you haven't been preparing, call in. That's what we do, because there are some things you're going to need to do. And then you're going to have to make yourself, and then women who are preparing got to put themselves out there. This is why when we had the Great Resignation, 25 million jobs were quit in 2 months. Who's going to be left in the workplace? Because women are leaving the workplace at record numbers. You know who's going to be left in the workplace? Working men and single women. What's the largest group of single women, y'all?
Recording in progress.
The largest group of single women, the largest group of unmarried women. That's who's going to be left in the workplace. Everybody else going to be getting married, going home with their babies and everything else. Yeah, and got somebody to have their back. You're going to be there out there picking that in them beans. I ain't going to say cotton, but hey, man. And here's the funny thing. They're starting to offer these unmarried women 5 or 10% raises. And they think they're doing them a favor. They think they're doing them a favor, and it's like, no, man, you just getting your wages. You getting your slave wages. I don't want to use that term. Ladies, if you're not preparing to be a wife, you are preparing to be single. There is no choice. That is how stark it is. And you as a woman, you have to pick whether or not you want to be a wife or a partner. So I want to talk to the women who think because there are many women who want to be partners. They don't want to be wives. They want 50-50 and equality, and they don't want 50-50 payments. They want equality. The thing is, you may want that, but the kind of men that many women say they want don't want that. Dean says, women have a hard time seeing the difference between perceived value and realized value. Okay. A Free came through saying, Brother Kevin, stay working. Miami looking good in the background. You damn right, appreciate it, man. We got to get out there. We got to get it working, man. Dean also says, everyone gets set in their ways with age. Yeah. But see, there's something you can do about it. Here's the funny thing, man. If you stay curious, that's why I said a woman that's in demand is a cooperative, smart, and agreeable woman. She has a curious kind of nature, man. And those women can be 45 years old and still have that lightness. The reason you can be light and have a light nature about you is because they don't weary. They don't get weary with age, man. They get better with age. There are some women that I know that I have seen who look better today than they did uh, in their 20s. There is a certain kind of lightness that can come. And here's the thing, ladies, I got news for you. Even if you were raised by a crackhead, you can still fix this. You can fix this. But what it's going to take one, becoming very self aware, recognizing that you were not prepared. Okay? I've hammered that. It's going to take separation. You're going to have to separate from your friends, your family, your network. You're going to have to get somewhere and do some stretching, some meditation, some yoga, and you're going to have to just get into your place for at least for 30 to 90 days, a detox. And then you're going to have to acquire some balance. That means putting yourself, I'm assuming you already understand you need therapy. But therapy should not last longer than 6 months, 12 months max. It's meant to just get you a reset. When you do that separation, you should get focused on your physical fitness, your nutrition, your mental health. And then after that 30, 60, 90 days, you should really be focusing on understanding that I am trying to become a wife, not just in title, but in effort. That means the kind of life many of you ladies say you want. I don't want you ladies to be sitting around at 40 years old, swiping left, swiping right. Dating sucks. You know it, and I know it. And you have less opportunities for relationship, you have a lot of opportunities for short-term relationship and sex. But here's the thing. How do you take yourself to the next level? Well, here's what it is. There are many women in the chat room right now who just want me to give you the answer. No. You got to be willing to get uncomfortable. How many people online are really trying to help you get what you want? Because I'm going to tell you, I'm helping you because it helps the men. So here's your opportunity. Or you could pay me, book my session and pay me. I will gladly take the money. Hello. Your camera's rotated the wrong way. Okay, what's all that going on in the background? No, 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 no. You're gonna have to do something about that. I'm cool with you have the kid, but huh? Oh, how, how old are you? Okay, we're gonna need you to make sure that there's no screaming and squealing in the background. So it's still going on. I can still hear it, man. That's not gonna work. Your son is too loud. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? All right. What's the question? Okay. Okay, 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 okay. But I need to understand. Right now, I'm trying to run a program. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you. But do you have a question I can help you with? What is it? Miss Bassinger? Your audio is not connected. What is the question? Uh huh. Uh huh. Okay, you got to speed it up. You got to speed it up, ma'am. Get to it, please. Tell her to call. Tell her to call. That's what you do. You tell her to call. Well, then let her die alone. Then let her die alone. That's what you do. Get another friend. Let her die alone, man. Okay, ma'am. You married. You got a kid, right? Okay. If your friend is too proud to even call, you need new friends. I don't. I'm saying you need new friends. Why would your husband? Why would new friend? Why would your husband want you spending time trying to help somebody who's too proud to call? You should be taking that time with your husband and your family instead of trying to help somebody who ain't trying to help themselves. All right. Oh, too much noise. Go ahead, Miss Basson. Yeah, we're having a little internet issue over here, apparently. Uh, here's what we're gonna do. I did you understand what I was saying, man? Unmute yourself, cause where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
Right now, she's in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta,
Yeah,
Georgia.
okay.
She's in
Again,
Memphis,
but you're
Tennessee.
over top. You over? Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. You had a little delay.
Okay. Are you on speakerphone?
I'm on Zoom on my phone. Should I
Yeah.
should I do it on the computer? It may be better if I do it on the computer.
It shouldn't matter if you're on your phone or not, but you need to
Yes,
turn the
I think
volume. You need to turn the
it's on
volume
my
down.
phone.
Okay.
You want me to turn it? Do you want me? I can put it on my computer.
Lord
Give
have
me
mercy,
just a minute.
Jesus.
I
Ma'am, there seems to be a delay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to put it on the computer real quick. Let me type in the meeting ID. Let me see what's the meeting. Okay.
All right, I can't do that. Wait till you get it together. No, they didn't hack the stream. There was an issue. Oh, there's an issue over here. So refresh the stream. Refresh your stream. You got to refresh your screen. We had a bandwidth issue over here. So what we did is we reduced the. Yeah. All right. So here's where we go. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest. As adults, y'all need to learn how to use technology, at least your phones. Um, and what she was basically, y'all couldn't hear her. She was basically calling in to try to help her friend. He said, "I'm a married woman, 34, and she got that screaming, the kid in the background, and she's married though, so you just let that rock. If she was not married, I'd have had something to say about it if she wasn't married, but she's married, so you let it go." But what she was really asking about was trying to help her friend. And I said, "Well, have your friend call in." And she said, "My friend won't call in." I'm like, "Well, then French toast your friend. If your friend won't call in, ladies, what do y'all think we're supposed to do? Your friend don't deserve nothing if she's not going to call in." All right, so there's the link. I'm gonna do something a little bit different, ladies. The link is there. Hit the link if you want to come on. If you don't want to be on screen, you can ask not to be on screen. But the thing that, like I said, the difference between modern women aren't prepared. And it's funny that so many women seem to want men who are overly prepared. Y'all want these men who are top earners, who got their body right, mind right, all this other stuff. And many women today are going the opposite direction. Y'all want men that are going this way, and y'all don't even want to go to the gym. And I got a question. It's Black History Month. I got a question for black women because this channel, I'm a black man, but this is not a this channel is not solely about black. This is about Western women. So you're going to start seeing me expand this conversation. Yup. I'm going to start expanding this conversation and I'm going to start interviewing non-black women live. Because if the black women don't want to call and get the help, I'm going to stop keeping the non-black women out if they wanted the help. You got noise going on back there, man. You got noise going on in the
Oh,
background. You
me?
got noise. Somebody slamming doors.
No, nobody.
Yes, it
No,
is,
everybody's
ma'am.
upstairs quiet.
No.
Mm-mm. No.
You got the TV on?
Mm-mm. Maybe I'm clicking too hard or something.
Do you have another window open? Close everything down other than Zoom.
Yeah, like I don't. It's like I don't have the TV
All right.
on or
All right. But
nothing.
I just heard. Okay. Anyway. All right. So what we were saying is your friend is 34.
Yes.
Why isn't she on the phone with you?
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Why is your friend not on the Zoom call with you?
She's at work. She's in Memphis, Tennessee. She get off actually in an hour.
So
It's like
Memphis
10:49.
is in the same time zone.
Yeah, she get off like in an hour.
That has nothing to do. Okay.
I told her about you. I definitely said something about you because I'm tired of her
You told
complaining.
her about me,
I did.
but does she watch the broadcast?
Oh, when she found out
That's a
about you
yes.
through my
That's a
husband.
yes. That's a
Yes.
yes. She does or she doesn't.
She likes your broadcast.
Oh,
She's needing help. Like she needs help.
what was that?
That's what she needs. She needs
No,
help.
I just heard something in the background. What was that?
I don't hear nothing. It's just me downstairs. You probably hear from upstairs. We do have a 12-year-old.
Can y'all hear this background noise?
I'm like, I don't hear
Everybody
it.
else hears it. Everybody else hears it. I'm like, we ain't crazy.
Yeah, I don't. No, they upstairs. I mean, I didn't know my audio was that high.
Yes, everybody's like, yeah, they can hear the background noise.
I'm sorry, y'all. Can y'all hear it now? What about now? Am
What
I
I'm
good
saying
now?
is, I don't understand how you don't hear it.
I don't. No, they upstairs. I'm just glad I'm down here by myself so I can talk to you.
This is
No
crazy.
interruptions.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I can hear it on the microphone coming through her side, and she can't hear it, and that's a problem to me. That just sounds crazy as hell.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
All right. Well, your friend, she needs to call in herself because I can't help you help her.
Yeah, like she don't have YouTube, so she pretty much
What do you mean she don't
when
have
she
YouTube? It's
looks at you,
free. It's free.
yeah, she don't. That's what I told her. So she said
Well, then
she's
how
gonna
does she watch
download,
my
but
broadcast?
she look at you through Instagram. She see like your videos that you be posting, or I guess like the
So,
short amount that be like
ma'am,
2 minutes.
ma'am. I asked you a specific question. Did your friend watch my content? And you said yes.
Yeah, she does.
She does not. Where is my content largely posted?
On YouTube.
And she doesn't watch that.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
And she does not watch that.
I just told her
Oh,
that
all
you
right.
on
Goddamn.
YouTube.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I just told her you on YouTube. I mean, no disrespect. I'm
Do
not
y'all
trying to
not see
like
this? This is
save
insane.
her.
This is insane. Are you trolling
How?
me?
No.
Do you not understand that you're not making any sense? And I guess you didn't hear that noise back there either.
No, it's no noise. Mm-mm.
Ooh wee!
No, it's just me down
This shit's
here.
gonna go viral.
Yeah, it's just me down here. I'm just trying to help my
She can't
friend.
answer
I'm
a question.
good.
That's right. The people in the comment section saying she can't answer a question. No, she can't.
What question? What question y'all want
I
me to
asked you
answer
if
in the
your friend watched
comments?
my content, and you said she did, and
She
she doesn't.
does.
No, she doesn't.
She does.
No, ma'am. No, she doesn't.
She told me she don't have YouTube, and I told her that's the only content that you have. Like, I
Then
can't
how is
watch
she?
her like a
Then how the hell is she watching it if she don't have YouTube?
that's I just take her word by it because I can't save her. You know, she call every day.
Do
Oh
y'all
well,
get this?
where
Do
is
y'all
he on
get this, ma'am? I
YouTube?
need you to be quiet and focus on what I'm saying right here. This ain't about your
Okay,
friend. This is about you.
okay,
You said your friend watches my content, but she does not have YouTube. That means she can't watch my content. You
okay,
keep saying, yes, she does. Yes, she does. If she doesn't effing watch YouTube, she doesn't watch my content.
okay,
Watching clips is not my content. You said this woman watches my content 10 plus times.
okay. Well, she doesn't. Let me rephrase that then. How about that?
Holy shit.
She doesn't.
And why is this important? Because comprehension with women, y'all just don't, it's like y'all just listen to respond.
Mm, okay. Well, she don't. I, she's a grown ass woman, so I don't. I'm
And
sorry.
if
I
she
didn't mean to
doesn't
cuss,
watch
but yeah,
my
she's a
content,
grown woman.
if she doesn't watch my content, why do you think she cares about what you have to say or what I have to say? She ain't even doing the
She,
minimum.
yeah, she's not,
So why
and
are you
she
trying to?
talks about it.
So there's some background noise again. I heard a baby or something.
Cause yeah, now I did hear that. They was
Oh,
right
okay.
here.
Well,
My
we've all
daughter
been
just,
hearing. We've been hearing it the entire
yeah,
time.
I heard this just a minute ago. Yeah, but and you may hear my son
Well, but see, the
going up
thing
there
is,
or my daughter.
your house must be so. I mean, and the thing is, when you're
Well,
married
we're
with kids,
caregivers of my mom-in-law
yeah,
too, so
yeah,
y'all may hear a
the
few
house can
little
be so
things up
chaotic.
there.
Guys, understand something. Just like when women listen to
Yeah,
that beeping of that smoke alarm, they don't hear this shit. They live in women can tend to live in chaos so much that they become numb to it. Yeah, don't worry about that. I knew he was a troll. That's why I went ahead and turned off the screen.
oh, I didn't know what that was.
Oh no, it's always gonna be somebody trying to troll, and they're never gonna win. They don't get it. Wasted your time. Now go make another fake account to try to come back in, and I'll do the same thing. So, man,
But
the bottom line is this: your heart may be in the right place, but ma'am, your friend don't want no help. YouTube is free.
yeah, it is.
My videos are posted to watch for free. And if she can't be bothered to turn on a free app
Right.
and click a video and be bothered to, and if getting her shit together, she can't be bothered any more than a 3-minute clip, why are you spending your valuable family time trying to help this woman?
That's a good question. I've been knowing her for so long, and it's like, and she been through so much, and it's like I let her know that your past mistakes is not who you trying to be right now. I really try to give her a word of inspiration to help
Ma'am,
her. Like,
why has she listened to your advice?
you know what? I don't,
That's a
cause she's
yes
still in the
or
same
no.
place.
That's a yes
No,
or no.
no,
Ma'am, I got
I
bad
don't think
news. I
she
got bad
has.
news for you. She doesn't respect
No,
your advice. She doesn't respect your advice. She doesn't
yeah,
respect your advice. And you're wasting your time.
Well, what do you think I should do? Because I
Flush her
mean,
down the toilet.
should I stop talking to her? Because we've been friends
Yes,
for so
yeah.
long.
No, you're not friends. You're not friends. You're not friends. Friends respect one another and listen. This
Yeah,
you're
and
her
take
emotion.
heed.
You are her emotional tampon.
That's my husband said.
Yeah, uh and you got a whole husband and a kid. What's wrong with you? Why are you
Just trying to
taking
help.
why are you take help your mother flipping husband? Help your baby.
I do. I
No, you
do.
don't, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. You only have so much time on this planet and only so much time in a day.
Hmm.
Your friend is addicted to a drug called chaos. All you're doing is giving her money.
Here we go.
Your husband has told you to cut her off, hasn't he?
You say I should cut her off?
Has your husband told you to cut her off?
No, he
What does
just
he
when
tell?
she
What does he tell?
called.
What has he told you? This? What has he told you to do about her?
Okay, now he told me to just not answer when she calls sometimes.
Which
Sometimes it's good to
means,
talk to her.
which means, stop dealing with her.
Mm,
You mean to tell me your husband hasn't told you to stop dealing with her?
no, he
He
didn't
just
tell
said,
me to
"Hey."
stop
So
doing
he
it.
said, when she calls, don't answer.
Yeah, because we don't have time for her complaining. We doing good over here, you know.
Which is another way of saying, stop dealing with her. Ma'am, please, you're making yourself sound crazy. So
Yeah.
when your husband told you we don't have time for her complaining and don't answer, why don't you abide by your husband's wishes?
I haven't talked to her in 2 days, and I told him that
2 days.
yeah, 2 days.
This is what I mean. Modern women are not prepared to be wives. How long have you been married?
We got married in 2020. We've been
So I'm
together
telling you,
for
not
four
prepared to be
years.
not prepared to be wives. You
Yeah,
more you
we got
no no
together
no
in
not
20.
we not we ma'am. This is you. You got a whole husband and a whole baby. You're more worried about this fool.
Yeah.
So why don't you let your husband go and get another wife, and then you go with your you
Oh
go with no no
no.
no 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 ma'am. No. Why don't you let your husband? Do you have the newborn? Is it a baby?
Yeah, we have a 12-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and do the right thing and let your husband divorce you and take the 12-year-old, the 4-year-old, and the 2-year-old. You pay child support. He takes the kids.
No.
No, listen, no, listen, listen. This makes a lot of sense. Listen. You let your husband divorce you. Take the children, the 2, the 4, and the 12. You get every other weekend and Wednesdays. You pay child support. Then you can go move in with your friend that you've known for so long and you can help her get herself together. Then your husband can go out and find another wife who is willing
Mm-mm.
to. No, listen. You haven't even listened. Don't speak until I ask you to speak, okay? Then go have another husband. You can go find another wife that's going to follow his wishes. You have the best of both worlds. You have your friend, you could be a part-time mom, and you could dedicate as much time to your friend trying to help her get herself together. Then your husband could have a cooperative wife and not have to listen to your friend's problems. You can focus all your time on her. Why not do that?
No, that's not a good idea.
Well, why? Oh, so it's better to have your husband say, "We don't have time for her complaining. We doing fine over here. Don't answer the phone." And then you sit around thinking about it, feeling sad. You act like you ain't talked to her. You act like you done something because you ain't talked to her in a whole 2 days. You're this much involved in this woman's life to where you're going through detox. I want y'all to understand how crazy this sounds. I know you heard that back there.
Yeah, that's my son.
Yeah, yeah, that we've been hearing it the
Yeah,
entire time. I
yeah,
want y'all to
yeah. We're
understand something.
caregivers for my
This is
mom-in-law too, so
this is
yeah,
but
they
the problem
up
is you
there with
said you
her.
didn't hear it. The problem is you said you didn't hear it. I want you to understand this is a black woman who's married. She's the 1 in 4 that's married, and is she focusing on her husband? No, she's worried about her friend.
No,
I'm
I
going.
listened to my husband.
No, you don't.
I didn't talk to her after he told me that. Like once I talked to him, I left it alone.
Mm.
As soon as I talked to him about it, because
So he
I
only
went to
told you
him
one
about it.
day. So he only told you one time.
He only told me one time. That's it. Because I guess because he heard it so much to where me and him, we talked about it, we sat down. He was like, babe, anytime she called, just don't answer. Because we don't need that. I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Left it alone. Haven't talked to her since. Like I listened to him.
You
I do
left it
listen to
alone.
him.
You haven't heard from her since. You left it alone. Haven't talked to her since.
Yeah. And I
Okay,
don't feel
but
sad.
hold on. But here's the funny thing: you spent how long talking to me about
You said what now?
her? Yeah,
I didn't hear you.
but you spent how long talking to me about her?
Well, that I had a question. I thought that you would give me
You
some
still, yeah,
advice
you
to
still
give
trying to do
her.
exactly what your husband told you to leave it alone.
Yeah, so
And here's what.
I mean,
No,
you
but
can
see,
tell me what to
no,
tell her.
no, ma'am. It still works. Your
Okay.
kid comes to his father and says, "Daddy, can I have this popsicle?" No. Then he go behind the back and go to you. Mom, can I have a popsicle? Sure.
Yeah,
Then that's what you doing. You went behind your husband's back to ask me about it. You just wrong,
I
man.
got it.
You're a married woman. You shouldn't be asking me shit about a single woman. I typically don't
Okay.
talk to married women. Cause you got a man whose leadership and cooperation you're already supposed to be dealing with. But you're out of order.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're
I
right. I do need to
know.
leave that. You're right. Yeah, I
Because you're
need to
going
leave.
to
I do need
because
to leave that alone. So I'm glad I asked.
if you don't, you're going to screw up your marriage.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh yeah, well, this ain't
I'm
helping.
I'm just glad I talked to you about it because I didn't know. Like I said, we got married in 2020, so I didn't know that I
Well, all you gotta
was
do is listen to your
going
husband.
behind his back.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. Let me finish this. All you gotta do is listen to your husband. That's enough.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. You're
I
right. I do need to
know.
leave that. You're right. Yeah, I
Because you're
need to
going to,
leave.
ma'am, you
I
need to
do
mute
need to
that
leave
noise in
that
the
alone.
background.
I'm glad I asked.
If you don't, See, you're they going to come on screw here up. with these microphones open.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Oh,
Talia, you
well.
need to turn off
I'm
YouTube in the
glad I
background.
talked to you about
God damn it. I'm sorry, but that so frustrates me when the people just come over here with it wide open. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right. How old are you?
I'm 36. I'll be 37 next month.
30. And you are from where?
New Zealand?
All right. What do you got for me? We're talking about modern women are not prepared. What do you think?
I would agree because I probably fall in the category of being a modern woman.
Okay. Are you single or are you married?
Single?
Any kids?
No?
All right. So what are we talking about today? You have a question? You want to chime in on the topic? What?
Could you please repeat the question? Because I did hear you briefly and
Well,
I think it was relevant to me, but I just want to
I'm
make
just
sure that
saying
I'm on
that
track.
either you're preparing to be a wife or you're preparing to be single and die alone. That's pretty much it. There's no in between. And you're 30. You're 30. How old?
36.
36. So, do you want to be married?
I do now, but it's not something that I prioritized when I was younger.
Okay.
So I
Why?
realized that I'm in the danger zone.
Oh, you're past
Well
the
and
danger zone.
truly.
No, you're past the danger zone. You're in no man's land.
Yes, about ready to be put on the what did you say, like the second-hand rack or something like that?
You are officially on clearance.
Yes.
You're
But
36.
still not
So
willing to accept it because I do have offers, but it's from people that I'm not attracted to,
well, that's the
even though
problem
they
now.
can provide a nice life.
That's the problem now, isn't it? You're on clearance, and when people want to buy stuff on clearance, but it's never the premium buyers. Now, is it? You know, people who have the money to buy on season items that are hot enough to sell on season get sold. And when you're on clearance, you didn't sell on season because you said you didn't prepare, you didn't prioritize marriage younger. Okay, that's fine, cool. But my question is, we know what you didn't do. I need before we get to the next part. I need to know why you want to be married now. That's important.
Like, I definitely don't want to grow old alone.
Okay.
It would be nice to have a companion sometimes to travel, or even just someone to come home to talk to. I would imagine that one of the priorities of being in a marriage is to support each other through, I guess you can expect more difficult times from a certain age in life where you may have to attend funerals for people that you care about. If you end up in hospital or something like that, then it's really important to have someone to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't expect someone that you've only known for a short time to be that person. You really have to have invested in someone long term for them to be the kind of person who would be there for you in the important parts of life.
So
The highs and the lows.
So what I'm kind of hearing, if I'm correct, is I'm hearing that you want a companion.
Yes.
Okay. Um, well, a companion is not necessarily a husband. That's different. You can have so my question still is the same because nothing in what you described is you being a wife to a man. You described what you want from a marriage, which is a companion. Um, but I could give you, but why do you need to have a husband? Because the husband is somebody who's supposed to protect, provide. You also supposed to have a sex life and all that. Um, you can have a companion that's not a husband.
Protection and provision and sex is also something that I
Yeah,
want.
yeah. Do
But
you want children?
I'm aware of where I am in the timeline, so I'm
But
pretty
the,
realistic about.
but do you want them? Is the question.
I have never met someone who made me feel like wanting them was something that I should do.
Okay.
I had one person that, but then I changed my mind. And
Did you go to
aside from that,
college? Did you go to college?
yes,
You have a graduate degree or higher?
a master's degree.
Okay. Um, where in the biology of the female mammal in particular, does a man's ability to provide or whatever or instinctively arouse a woman's desire to have children?
Sorry, could you please repeat the question?
Is the desire to have children a natural thing, or is it something that's stimulated by the male?
That's a good question. I actually don't know the answer to that.
Well,
Uh,
when you had a cycle, you were in these terms a teenager, so you had the ability to conceivably get pregnant and carry life. All right, so the conditions you put on pregnancy and child rearing have nothing to do with the biology of it.
I
To say
understand that.
so to say that I haven't met a man that makes me want to have kids, that ain't about a man. That's about you. So
I
and understand one of the major reasons men choose to get married, especially in the West, with the with the way things are going, a big part of that is kids. And I'm not hearing a woman who's really a wife. I'm hearing a woman that wants a partner.
that's understandable.
Is that what
I
you
think,
want? You want a partner? Because I said that earlier on that modern women aren't prepared to be wives and they're not preparing to be wives. And as such, women have a choice to make. So you're like the perfect person for me to say this to. What do you want, ma'am? Do you want a partner, a life partner, a partner? Or do you want a husband and to be a wife? Those are two distinctly different things. What do you want?
could you please clarify the difference? Because based on my life experience, I'm not sure I really understand.
Well, a wife is a role. Like in the United States, there's the president and then the vice president. The vice president is the president of the Senate. The vice president has no power unless the president dies. Um, the wife's roles typically are the nurturing and rearing of the children, the transmitters of the culture, uh, the support of her husband, the familial bonds, the community, things like that. It's the typical female role. The male's role is typically provision, protection. Now, even today, while most people, we don't live in most places, it takes more than one income. So that doesn't mean the man has to pay all the bills. And especially at 36, you've been working your entire life anyway. I said it, if you're over 35, the chances of just getting married and becoming a housewife are negligible. You're going to work. But one has a hierarchical uh, organizational structure. The other one is just people almost like they just come together like roommates. You split the bills, you split things halfway, you share the bed together. I mean, that's that whole partner thing. It's,
Yeah, I on the one hand, I can appreciate splitting the bills, and on the other hand, I'm not aroused by that.
well, you want a man to pay the bills?
uh, I don't think I would. I enjoy the work that
Now
I
understand.
do.
Now understand something. I'm not making a value judgment in any way, but the most important thing is to be honest. Because if you need to be honest with yourself, because like I said, I'm not judging either way, but I can't really give you my input if you're going to tell me something that just kind of sounds good. Do you want to have to, if you're with a man, do you want to have to pay go 50-50?
If I had children, definitely not. No,
Okay.
I would. But if we didn't have children, then I would. And I guess perhaps that disqualifies me from even being considered as a wife, not having children. Then,
It changes
then
the calculus. Yes, it does.
I
Definitely
would
changes the calculus.
contribute, but perhaps not in a 50-50 way. I guess it depends on what their role is. And I am used to being around generous men, and I find that attractive.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Of course you do, but men had to become generous to get women to even do what they used to do. Y'all aren't doing y'all's part anymore. So what I just heard you say is, if we had children, a thing that I'm not naturally inclined to want to do. That's what you kind of said. So it's not like you're saying, "Ooh, I want to have babies." It's like, "Oh, well, I have some kids if I find the right guy. But if I do that, then I want to be taken care of." I want you to put yourself in the men's position. Why would a guy be excited to take that on? A woman who doesn't want to have kids, but if she does take kids, then you got to pay for everything. And she's in geriatric pregnancy already.
Yeah, I could understand why people would rather choose someone who's younger and really wants to be a mother. I think it would be more suitable for someone who hasn't prioritized education and career.
Do you think you're offering a fair deal?
Well, it depends on the deal, but from what
Well, you
we've
said
just discussed,
you're used to rich men or generous men or whatever. Are you giving as much feminine value as he's giving masculine provision?
In theory.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess it's more than just children. I actually do like cooking, taking care of like cleaning and things like that. I like that kind of gender role. But I guess I've just never felt, or perhaps I have felt the urge at times to have a baby, but I've suppressed it. I'm a logical person, and I was also a school teacher for 10 years. So I have perhaps more experience with children than the average person. I'm very
Most
aware
school
of
te-
the
most
amount of
school te-
investment it takes
most
to do
school
that job
teachers
well.
most teachers won't have families in this country. See, when I ask you, are you offering a fair deal? You didn't. The answer was no. That's why you had to go in theory. You know you're not. What you would like to have versus what you're offering. What you would like to have is a man who's able to provide. That puts him in the top percentile of men from an economic standpoint, right? All right. What are you in the top percentile of women
No.
from a demand standpoint? What men are
From a,
what's in high demand by men?
do you mean like which number I would be on the scale, or?
Well, what's in high demand by men are women who have a mindset that's agreeable, cooperative, and she's smart. A woman that's fit internally and externally. She's dedicated, disciplined, discerning. She's feminine, which is she's accommodating. She's comforting, and she has a subtle sophistication, and she's naturally nurturing, which means she has a carefree, loving, light, easy side. Those last two, I'm not getting anything from you on that. I'm getting flatline on feminine and naturally nurturing. So
Not naturally
automatically,
nurturing.
I would tell you automatically that would put any woman in a character in a out of high demand contention. But
Because
yet,
I'm not nurturing or feminine.
yeah,
Is that what you?
because you're not a wife, you're not a mother. I mean, you're logical and you're talking about having children, almost like a Vulcan, which is cool. But men,
Okay.
you're almost talking about having kids like a woman or a Vulcan, which is cool. But a lot of men don't like that. A lot of men don't like that. A lot of men want women who look. If you're talking about a man who's, you said you like generous men, right? Generous men are in short supply. Women are 51% of the population. All women come with a vagina, all the standard equipment. So, what are you really offering as a woman? As any woman has to say, what am I offering to the men that are rare, the kind of men that I want? And with you, I'm
Okay.
hearing that I'm a logical person, I'm a school teacher, but it's like, okay, what I'm gathering is you probably want a man that's outside of your SMV. How tall are you?
170 centimeters.
We're over here in the United States. Put that in feet.
I have to I have to use my
How much do
conversion
you
for
weigh? I mean, what's your dress size? How about?
that. Actually, if you don't mind, I can go and get the details from my purse. Just a.
Well, no. Or this is just about how much do you weigh? That's about all we need.
I think I'm a size 8,
Okay.
an American sizing.
All right. So,
Uh,
ma'am,
about 70 kgs.
at a 36-year-old woman who is a school teacher, right?
I'm not a school teacher anymore. I was for 10 years.
Okay. What level?
I
Elementary.
reached highly accomplished status in Australia.
What level did you teach at though?
Oh, sorry, primary school. 6 and 7-year-olds were my favorite age.
6 and 7.
Yeah.
Due respect, ma'am. 36-year-old second grade teachers aren't in high demand. They're simply not. I mean, this is almost like you sound like you want a partner, which is fine, because you don't sound like you're really motivated to have kids. Sounds to me like
No.
you would like to have a man who's financially fit or well off, and you would just be partners and be like a travel companion. almost what I would call like an executive wife. But here's the problem: many women want that, and they got the feminine thing going on. You almost are coming across like a man, masculine. Have you heard that before?
I've felt that. Yes, and I guess I think you've said in a previous video that that can't really be changed. It's how you're raised, and so
Well, not at this
am
age.
I right?
Not at this
Mm.
age. I mean, at 36, you're pretty much, this is it. Because even if your OBGYN says you or get a medical clearance to have kids, you don't really have the desire to. The desire to have kids would come extra you, which is one of the major reasons men get married. So why would a man choose a woman like yourself? That means the only reason I would say if I would choose a woman like yourself, if I want to have kids, you must have exceptional genes, meaning your people must be come from like almost like we're breeding pedigrees. But I mean, at the end of the day, no offense, second grade teacher. You may be an exceptional second grade teacher, but second grade. So then you have to look at, well, are you getting exceptional genetics? Maybe above average. All right. Then what about looks? You have to be a freaking knockout to overcome all these other things. So could you be with an average man? A plumber?
Are you talking about average in looks or income or both?
Income. Because we're
Well,
not supposed to
I
be
have.
we're not supposed to be the lookers. We're supposed to be the earners. An average earning New Zealand man. Whatever they do in New Zealand, they played in the Lord of the Rings or some shit. I don't know. Whatever they do over in New Zealand, they do that shit. They're elves and extras and Aquaman, whatever.
We do have a lot of tradesmen in this country.
Yeah, could you marry one of those guys?
I mean, I possibly could, but I don't typically find that attractive.
Well, then here's what you
Like,
got.
there's no.
I don't care what you find attractive, ma'am. You're a 36-year-old second grade teacher with exceptionally high standards, and you're only getting older. If you don't marry this man who's a provider and attractive, are you going to have enough money to last you from 65 to 85 when you retire?
At this stage, definitely not.
Let's say how much money do you think you'll need to last for 20 years? 20 elder years.
Goodness me. I mean, I know you've talked about this a lot, but I haven't
This
calculated
ballpark.
it.
This ballpark.
I would just rather be dead, to be fair.
How much?
I would rather be dead than be old and living on a shoestring.
Well, you might do that too. But what do you think if you don't? What do you think?
Oh, for 20 years. Well, you'd need at least 50,000 a year, so at least $1 million.
In this country, you need 1.9 million. So you're still $1 million off. And see, what I need you to understand is you said I would rather be dead than living on a shoestring budget. But unfortunately, this is the dilemma for modern women because you guys don't know how to do relationship. And even in no man's land, you're still prioritizing foolish things like attractiveness and a man's provision ability. And you don't want to deliver anybody's children unless they are paying for you. It's insane to us as men. This is nowhere, you're not even close to offering a fair deal. And if you don't, you won't marry. And if you did marry, it doesn't sound like you'd stay. And if you did stay, you didn't sound like you would be the hell of that great to be married to. So it would be a crazy man who would do this because you might be a resentful woman. So it's like you're choosing to go the hardest way possible, a single solitary female, and you know you're not making that kind of money. This is what modern womanism and feminism has gotten you guys. Because you have a master's, You were, and do you have any debt from college?
Not from the master's degree. I was fortunate with that, but I do still have debt from my first degree, but nothing compared to American debt.
Okay.
Small amount,
Yeah. Well,
about
but
ten thousand dollars.
the point is, when women are when men and women are allowed to choose, we sort. Men sort ourselves into science, technology, engineering, math. We choose to pick careers and paths that pay more money. Women choose to take careers that they like, but you have the kind of debt. The schooling costs the same. Engineering classes cost as much as humanities do, but you chose a career path that was capped. So now you got a life choice to make. And what's happening is the value of a woman drops and the clock is starting to make decisions. You're you're going to be against a rock and a hard place in the next 4 years. So this is why I tell ladies like yourself to really start considering what you're willing to what you're willing to X off your list. Attractiveness. He just needs to be attractive enough for what?
Well, I have been thinking about it because I do listen to a lot of your videos, and I feel like a big part of a long-term relationship for a man to be satisfied is that you feel drawn to him enough that you want to have sex with him at least a few times a week and the other things. And
Yeah.
so if there's not enough of a draw there,
Then do your duty. Then close your eyes, shut your mouth, and bend over. That's what you do. Because you don't
yeah,
have the kind of because ma'am, we're not supposed to be the attractive ones. That's your job. He needs to be attractive enough that you can look and have sex with him. If not, turn out the light. Go back in your family album. Go back and look at your family tree and show me how many movie star first leading men the women in your family married. They didn't.
I don't mean movie star level attractive,
I'm being facetious because it's to the point to where modern women you want everything. And then even when you tone it down, it's still far too much. Nobody expects you to get with a troll. But come on, man. Because the end how this ends, we've already know how that ends. If you don't get somebody to share the burdens of life with, you want to live with a woman?
with a woman.
Yes, that's. I mean, women are starting to live together. Elderly women are starting to live together and split bills because they didn't get men. There's a show called The Golden Girls. Do you want to do that?
Depends on the woman.
See,
It wasn't
and the
what I had
answer
in
is
mind.
no. And the answer is no because women know living with other women is a freaking problem. So you don't want to live with women. You got to find the right man, and you don't make enough to live on your own. What are y'all going to do? You better start knocking things off your list. And I'm going to say this from the man's standpoint. Most men don't want to be the man you settle for. Because at this point, I'm getting, well, I'll cut this, I'll cut that, I'll settle. And when you're as logical as you appear to be, you guys don't tend to be very adept in EQ. So you'll mess around and say something like this to him and end up messing with his ego. This is a this is a good call because it was right down the line. Maybe you're 36. You got some real choices to make. Real choices. You said that you have men that are interested in you long term right now.
Yes, but I don't find them physically attractive for
Then
me.
buy a vibrator. Buy a vibrator. I'm serious. I'm not joking, man. I am not joking. Well, I don't know why. I know why women, because you've been marketed to. Women historically, that's not what you pick a man on. You pick a man on character, not attractiveness. This is why I say the things that are coming out of your mouth are innately masculine sounding. And women will tell you, well, that's not right. You should be attracted to the man. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's great in a perfect world when you have lots of time and lots of options. You're in the middle. You're in the middle, and that's just not likely. So if you're in the middle, you're going to have to make some concessions. All right, I'm going to bring some other folks in. You're welcome to hang out. And I know a
Thank
lot
you.
of that wasn't probably easy to hear, but think about it. All right. Katrina, hello, Katrina. Unmute yourself.
Okay.
Are you mute? Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Go ahead. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
Okay, I'm 22.
All right.
Um,
Are you prepared? Are you in preparation? What are we talking about?
so I think that I'm very prepared right now, but and like I've talked to successful men already, but it's just like I don't know like if I'm doing something wrong, but like I think that like I do have the qualities to be a wife. Hopefully, like I
Were you raised to be a wife?
like yeah, my mom, like I watched her always
Did your
like
mother
doing
raise you did your mother raise you actively to be a wife?
like what do you mean? Like she always taught me
What
like
did your mother tell you to do regarding a man? What did she
she
say a
always
woman's
told me
what did she tell you a woman's role or responsibility was with a man?
she would always tell me like you need to always listen to your dad. I always listen to your
Mm-hmm.
dad, like whatever he does, and like she would always do like the dishes and like the laundry and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always tell her because like all over social media like you
Okay,
see that like
stop. Your mother told you to listen to your father. Your
yes.
father is not a stranger. What did she tell you to do for your husband?
So she would always tell me like to just make sure I find a good husband and to pretty much just listen to him. That's pretty much baseline, but
So you weren't taught to be a
oh, really? Okay.
okay. Uh, if I taught you how to drive a car and I said, don't get in an accident and put gas in it, did I teach you how to drive?
No.
No, no. So we're already down the path of what's wrong with the men, and this is what often happens with women. You're not a wife yet, and you're already evaluating what's wrong with the men.
Mm. So what
Because
do
that's
I
what you're
do?
gonna. That's what you're saying. Well, the men. You're not a wife.
Mm-hmm.
So
So what
what?
do I do?
Well, first off, you need to understand. First off, you need to understand that you're not what you want to be yet. You attract
Okay.
what you are. You're not ready. So now you have to go get prepared to become what it is you say you want. Your mother didn't
Mm.
teach it to you. Well, then what are you gonna do?
So how do I?
Well, now that's not my answer. That's not my. That's not my. You need to go ask your mom. Still married to your father?
Yes.
You need to call your mom and say, Mom, why didn't you teach me? Why didn't you? What do I need to do to be prepared to be a wife? Ask your mother,
Mm-hmm.
and don't let her get away with these vague ass answers. Did she teach you how to cook?
Yes.
You mean she just didn't say go to the grocery store and buy some stuff?
No.
Well, that's
She
okay.
taught me how to
Well,
cook.
that's my point. She needs to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
You need to
I
ask her questions that you're asking me.
mm-hmm. The thing is though, like about my mom,
I
she
don't care. It's your mama. Either
mm-hmm.
you ask your mama or you're gonna make some money and pay a coach.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah,
world doesn't
I
care.
actually,
The world doesn't care about your problems or mine. Are you in college?
no,
Did you go to college?
no, I didn't. And
High school graduate?
yes,
You live at home?
no, I have my apartment. I work a full-time job.
Doing what?
I'm pretty much independent. I work as
So
a
what do you do for a living?
So I'm pretty much a residential caretaker. It's pretty stable.
Uh-huh. You're unskilled labor and
Hmm.
you're locked into lower middle class living.
Yeah.
Don't lie to yourself, young lady.
Mhm.
You didn't go to college at 22 years old. You got a job. Are you making more than $40,000 a year?
No.
More than $30,000 a year?
Yeah.
More than $35,000 a year?
No.
Then you're fucked.
Mm. Okay. So I should go to college.
Oh no. This is just okay. Who's going to if you don't have a husband,
Yeah.
you have to pay for yourself. If
Hmm.
you have to pay for yourself, you need more than a high school diploma. Your parents they didn't teach you to prepare for life?
They always just wanted me to be a nurse.
And why
Like
didn't
they
you do
always
that?
told
And
me.
why didn't you do that?
Because I saw like my friend's mom who was a nurse and she was always working and always miserable. And I
Okay,
also saw.
okay, so what? Being an adult is not fun.
Mhm.
Being an adult is not fun. At least there's a nurse, which nurses don't typically get married, but they at least earn enough money to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
See, what it is you're cute. And you get by on being cute, but that shit don't last.
Yeah, I know.
Cute and lazy is not a good mix.
Mhm.
And you got to be smarter than this. So don't tell me about what
I
the men are doing. If you're not even, you need to go ask your mother. Then you need to figure out. Well, I'm gonna be honest. Even if you ask your mom, don't sound like they're doing that good of a job directing you. And even if they are doing a good job directing you, you don't do a good job in listening.
Mhm.
So hard head make a soft ass. There'll be another 22-year-old version of you next week.
Yeah. I was just confused. Can I just ask something? Um, cause like about the school thing, like I was thinking about it, but then at the same time I was like, if I went to school and like didn't actually pursue that, like cause I was always scared of the debt.
Then be a stripper.
And no, no,
Be an escort. You got to do something in this world to make money. I don't care about your fears, young lady.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw somebody it didn't work out for. Well, I fear this, I fear that. How about you fear being homeless or a whore?
Yeah, I do fear that.
Well, then do something about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I work a lot
No,
like
ma'am,
at
you're
this.
working a lot with no competency. You're capped. Let's say you're an extremely hard worker and you're really good at what you do. There is an
Mhm.
upper limit on how much you're worth. You can't work that long, ma'am. The female body is not designed to bear those kind of burdens. You got to grow up. You need a profession. And you need to start listening to people who know more than you because your best decision has got you doing this. Your mother told you to be a nurse? Then honestly, being a nurse would have been better than this. At least would have been earning enough money to provide a middle class and upper middle class life. Nurses make anywhere from around $60,000 to $80,000. This don't pay shit. And cute will be over in 2 years, 3 years, or 22. Whenever you're 25, that shit's over.
Yeah. I just, yeah, this is definitely a wake up call. So,
See, the difference is if you were a man
mhm.
and you got to be 25 doing the same thing, they would call a man a loser.
Yeah.
Women don't get called losers because you guys can choose. But if you want to be, I don't, yeah, that whole wife thing, you need to sit down and talk to your family. You got a mother and father, that's who you should be talking to. But you need to also listen to some folks. I'm some strange guy on YouTube.
Mhm. Yeah, I do ask like my coworkers, most of
Not your
them.
coworkers, they don't fucking know you.
True. Hmm.
This is crazy. See, that's what I mean. Women are allowed to just get out here and I don't know, I'm just cute. No, I don't know. I could ask my coworker. I say, you strip. There's a pole out there with your name on it. I mean, fucked up as it may sound, jacked up as it may sound. Men don't get to do these kind of things though. For men, there is a hardcore ceiling on this shit for men. And men will know that. And we all know that as men. We do. Oh, that was the wrong person. That was a hardcore. Yeah. Oh, you got caught again. That was a hardcore. There's a hardcore ceiling for most dudes. So let me say something also to you young women out there. If you have a mother, you guys need to press your mothers for knowledge. If your mother doesn't like to talk or whatever, you need to press your mother because if you don't press your mother, you're going to have to go pay somebody for it. That's what's going to happen. You got to press your mother or go pay somebody for it. No, knowledge is not free. That's why college costs money. I must see you on camera before I will even talk to you. If you don't want to be on YouTube, that's something else. But I must see you on camera first. All right. Preparation. Modern women. While my content and content like mine may seem harsh, may seem abrasive, it's actually some of the best medicine for you because the world is telling you go out here and become a consumer. And I want you to consume too, but I want you to consume with a life. I want you to consume with a life. All right, Freeman, I'm going to bounce you in 5 seconds if I don't see you on camera. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Go check to see what's going on in the comment section too, real quick. I got a surprise coming up for you guys this weekend. So you damn sure want to have your notifications set because if you miss it, you're gonna be mad. Got some people in town. Got some people in town, and y'all gonna want to see these things that pop up. Oh, you say you try to turn on camera? Well, here you go. Boom. Don't know why it's not letting you, but if it don't let you, you gotta go. That's one person. Uh, 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 Overtime. People asking for overtime. Shout out to A Free. All right, we got 10,000 folks in here. We need to hit the super chat if y'all want to keep that thing going. We got people who are already, but this is a good topic. If y'all want to keep this going, hit the super chat. And we'll go ahead and work through some of these trolls and get them in and out of here. There we go. We'll move you back to the waiting room. All right. So, yep. See, when you have it set to where they have to show themselves, there we go. Start the video or bounce. Alrighty. View, just a second. Ashley goes back. Unmute yourself, please. Miss Renee. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How old are you?
31.
All right. So you've heard what I've been talking about tonight. What do you think about the subject?
It's very relevant. I feel
Are
that
you
I have not prepared myself to be a wife. So
okay?
I'm just looking for some tips and strategies of how I could, move forward.
So do you want to be a partner, or do you want a partner, or do you want to be a wife?
I want to be a wife.
Okay. I always ask this question. Why?
I do want children. I
Okay.
want a family. Um, I understand that, when retirements hit, I'm going to need, that additional support. But mostly the family component and having children. Also having someone um, consistent sexually
Mm-hmm.
um, that, I can just move forward with. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm a little nervous.
That's all right. You're just talking to me. Okay. So what I did not hear, I heard you want the kids, and I heard you want a life partner and not to be out here having random sex. Okay. What I did not hear is the man.
Oh, I thought that was implied.
What are you
So
gonna?
yes,
The
I want
man
the
can
husband.
you have the kids, you have the sex, but what are you going to do for the man? Let's start here. Were your mother and father married?
They were divorced.
Okay. What did your mother teach you to do for your husband?
Nothing, honestly. We have never had that conversation. And,
What do you
as
think?
I continue to listen,
What do you think? What do you think? What are you going to? What do you think you should do for your husband?
um, be supportive, make sure all his needs are met, ensure that, when he comes home, he has a hot meal, be flexible, be compassionate to his needs,
Do you
make
know how
sure
to
the house
cook?
is taken care of.
You know how to cook?
Yes,
You have a cookbook?
I have a recipe book,
Cookbook, recipe book. How many recipes in there?
um, about 15 that I use regularly.
All right. Now, you be supportive. Make sure the house is clean, even when you're working a 40-hour week job with those kids.
Well, I don't really tend to do so,
You don't tend to work.
not to that capacity,
You want to be
possibly
so
just part time
you want to be a housewife.
or just work part time.
You want to be a housewife.
Yes,
How many kids do you want?
too.
What state do you live in?
Georgia,
How tall are you?
5'5",
Dress size?
6,
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
155.
And you're 31?
Correct.
All right. Have you ever dated a man that made $275,000 or more annually?
Yes.
How long did you date?
About 6 months.
How old were you when this happened?
25, 26.
And why was it 6 months?
He wasn't really ready for a relationship.
Okay. And you were at that age?
Yes, I
You ready
think
to be?
so.
You ready? Okay. All right. And the next person you dated after that person, how long did that relationship last?
7 years or a little less, 6, 7. We were still kind of messing around in between.
So it just kind of ended.
Correct.
But you weren't married.
Correct.
How much did he earn?
About 70K.
Okay, ma'am. If you believed you were ready to be in a marriage at 25, there's no way in hell you would have been in a relationship with 6 years with somebody.
That's true. Now that I think about it, I really wasn't.
But less than 2 minutes, you just said you were.
Because I really wanted it, but like when you really
Wanted?
get down
I said,
to,
did
yes,
You just told the truth. You said it ended with him because he wasn't ready and you weren't ready, as evidenced by you getting with somebody for 6 damn years.
true, but it was
There's
just so
no
much
but,
in the
there's no
relationship.
but, there is
You're
no
right.
but. Huh?
You're right.
I
It's
know
no
I'm right.
but.
I know I'm right. There's no but. And ma'am, I got even more bad news for you. You ain't a wife
Hmm.
today.
I know.
You still got that dude's DNA all over you. Ma'am, the relationship, when's the last time you talked to him?
New Year's.
When's the last time you had sex? In the last 12
New
months?
Year's. New Year's, yes.
Then no man in his fucking right mind would touch you with a 10-foot pole.
I understand that, but that's why I want
You
to
need
take this time to learn
therapy.
how to be a
You
wife.
need therapy. No, you're not. No, no. You need therapy
Okay.
because one, you had a 6-year relationship that was with somebody that wasn't going nowhere. You were off and on. That ain't normal.
Okay.
And to be a wife, honestly, ma'am, you're not. Can you become one? I don't know, but it's too soon.
Okay.
You don't go from a 6-year relationship and somebody you were kicking it with and you were just together a month and a half ago.
I get that.
And unfortunately, just because the clock may be ticking, these thorough kind of men, they're going to sniff this out like that. And this is why I think it's interesting. You ladies always seem to think it's the problem is with the men. If you were raised to be a girlfriend, that's okay. But why we went this deep into it is because you want to be a housewife. No.
Okay.
I mean, but understand, housewives are very rare. That's like what? 26%, 74% of mothers in this country work full or part time. You don't want to work. So a man has to make the kind of money to take care of the kids and you.
Hmm.
These men have high standards. Do you The last man you were with had you for 6 years and he was making 70,000. Man, that's your upper limit. That's it. And that's really that's almost twice what the average man makes. I got a question for you.
Mhm.
Serious question. If you got married and had kids, could you get married and have two, three kids with a man and you still had to work 40 hours a week?
Um, it will be challenging, I
The
feel,
answer is yes or no. The answer is yes, I could get married and
no.
work. Okay. So this is another one, and then the hell with you too. The hell with you too. I get
Okay.
tired of our women sitting back thinking that a man is only good enough to be your husband if he can retire yourself.
Hmm.
Every time y'all say something like that, you shit on average men.
Well, that wasn't my
I
intention.
don't care if it was your intention, ma'am. You just basically said, if I gotta work this is hard with a man, I'll stay single. That's why your mothers and grandmothers have screwed y'all up.
Execute
You
Order
said specifically
66.
2 or 3, right?
Say again?
You said, would I be able to have 2 or 3 kids, right? So I consider that, okay, possibly one. I think we'll be okay with that. And also
No,
mention, I said I didn't mind.
one kid is not a good thing. I'm an only child. You don't want to do it to a kid.
Okay,
Why did your grandmothers and great grandmothers have 6 and 8 kids and they damn sure worked harder than your tender ass in the heat with no cars? Why could they do it?
you're right.
In Georgia? And the answer is the way I've been raised to think is a man is supposed to make my life easier. If I got to work just as hard or harder with a man, that ninja ain't worth it. So that's why you don't get a family, you don't get kids, you don't get a legacy, you get a dog and your own funeral plot. Get ready for it. Because unless you change your mind about how you view average men, we ain't going nowhere as a community. Because man, you're right there on the curve. You're a- average cute, but you're not no $300,000 plus housewife. It's not an insult. But what you said about I gotta work and have kids, because I asked the question 3 different ways. I asked it
Okay.
bef- before this last time where I dropped a hammer. I asked it about 10 minutes before, a different way, and the answer was no. I don't. I don't plan to do that. Your plan is to be. If I get married, I should be a housewife. Was your mama a housewife?
No, but remember I said I don't mind doing part-time.
No, full time. Do you have to work full
Full-time,
time now? Do you have to work full time now?
absolutely.
Well, and what when think about this. What practical sense does it make for you to work full time until you are 65 by yourself with no support system, no network?
I would
Why does that, listen? Why does that make sense? In not working the same full time with a husband, another in-laws, extended family, and kids. One way you
I
get
don't
a whole group of people. This way you get you.
I
Why
don't
does
mind doing so. I just wanted to make
ma'am,
sure that I could provide for my
ma'am,
family as
I
well.
don't buy that, and nobody in the chat room buys that.
Okay.
I don't
But
buy that. I don't buy that, ma'am, because I've asked the question 3 different ways, and you have not. Just like I asked you at 25, were you ready to be a wife? You said yes. You are as firm as Jello. And women who are wives and serious have a foundation. You changed your opinion. You've said different things. This is like a high school girl. There are many things I'm judging and many things I'm evaluating. Go back and watch this segment and look at how flexible your positions were. You'll just say whatever you need to say. who are you? Do you think, honestly, let's turn it down a little bit. Let's turn it down a little bit. Do you think the women of our community back in the 50s and 40s and 20s and 10s were more serious at age 31 than you are?
Yes.
Then that's the standard. Not what men think, the women that came before you. Y'all are out here playing. Hot girl summer, city girls, we up. Y'all out here fucking
Mm-mm.
playing. And life ain't playing with none of y'all. At 31, they had kids and families and was on to grown shit. Y'all still out here trying to worry about getting your nails done and your hair right,
Mm-mm.
and then you expect a man to get out here. What kind of professions would a man need to have to legally earn $300,000 or more?
His own business, VP, executive VP, a
Professions, man.
director.
Professions, not titles, professions.
Um, so maybe within business and our trucking, owning their own trucking company,
Okay.
perhaps a marketing company, a technology firm,
Those aren't professions, but
or in
okay.
technology.
What in technology? Give me the profession.
I would say like a technology VP.
A technology VP is not a profession. It's not even a title. You know, a profession is a criminal defense attorney, a neurosurgeon, a cardiac surgeon, an oncologist. Those are professions. You're giving me bullshit titles.
Okay. Well, thank
What?
you. Now I
What?
know the difference.
No, but the thing is, how you gonna get a man earning that kind of money? You can't even identify what they do.
I understand. So my purpose was to really come to see I know exactly where I am and I wanted to move forward. So I wanted to have any tips or advice
Yeah, I
for
know
how
what
I
you
could
want.
prepare
You want
myself
all
to do
that.
so.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not going to end well for you, man. Don't get
Okay.
upset with me because you made yourself look like you are. That ain't my problem. That ain't my problem. You came on here with your Jezebel shit, being a chameleon ass imposter, then you don't get mad that you made yourself look silly. I didn't do that to you. I came on here with this intention and that in question, but now thank you. If you don't want to do it in public, you should have booked a goddamn session. I get tired of y'all with y'all's arrogant ass. Got the nerve to get an attitude. And she did something. A podiatrist, global marketing director, software engineering manager, nurse anesthesiologist, a patent attorney, product management director, tax director, director of engineering, a dentist, software engineering staff, a senior corporate counsel, psychiatrist, hospitalist, physician, pathologist, medical director, surgeon, anesthesiologist, radiologist, cardiologist. It's a simple fucking Google search. All you ladies need to do is a simple fucking Google search to figure out what the top professions are, how much they make. But y'all are too goddamn lazy to even do that. And then think somebody should marry y'all's lazy self. That's lazy. A man has to go become a cardiac surgeon. Own their own business. This is why I'm so against this entrepreneur shit. Think just by owning your own business. How many people own a business and make $300,000 a year? Most people who own a business barely make what they made in corporate America. Most make less. Listening to all this goddamn city girls shit got y'all twisted. Top 20 professions. Top 20 professions, income. It ain't really that hard. And see, that's the difference between us men and women. Men have to go pick a job based upon what it pays. Women pick jobs based upon what they like. No shade. No shade. But that's the difference. Because men know ain't nobody coming to save us. We can't sit back and have somebody, oh, I can do in my 30s and somebody's going to come along and take care of it. Nope. Doesn't work that way for us. So thank you, but no thank you. Top 20 top 20 top 20 I need you to understand how these guys look at y'all, how y'all look at us. Dentist, lawyer, marketing manager, financial manager, engineer, sales management, anesthesiologist, nurse anesthesiast, petroleum engineer, surgeon, aircraft pilot, information technology management, oral and maxillofacial surgery, orthodontics. Stop being so freaking lazy, ladies. Google is your friend. And see, the difference is Becky, Marisol, Mylene, they're the ones you go around junior year on college campus. Becky's hanging out by the law school. She's hanging out by the engineering school. Y'all still over at the athletic, or some of them at the athletic dorms. Y'all better start learning how to appropriately assess potential incoming men, because y'all want men who are earning all this dadgum money. Cool. No problem with that. But you need to be a worthy prize for that. I will be right back with you ladies. Give me a second, guys. I gotta go to the restroom real quick. We got some more people in. Just a second. All right, here's why I get so upset. Because, ladies, I know what men have to go through to become the men we have to become. And you ladies need to have some more respect for the kind of men that have to become these kind of men, so you'll find them attractive enough to marry and possibly have their kids and maybe be feminine. Men would switch places with y'all any day. All we had to do was what y'all got to do. I know that probably pisses some women off, but that's the truth. Go ahead, Courtney, unmute yourself. Hello.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I am okay. How old are you?
35.
All right. What do we got?
So I am the modern woman until a few months ago when I was introduced to the red pill. So now I
Mm.
feel like I have this obligation to educate women around me. Unfortunately, they're similar in age and circumstances, but
Are
I have
are
younger
you
nieces.
married or are you single?
I'm single.
You said you were a modern woman until what changed?
Um, so I was a wife. I got married at the age of 20. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. And like I said, I built this life where I was independent. I was career oriented. I bought a house, like all these things that I'm so proud of. But yet, once I learned more about like traditional gender roles and feminine energy, I understood myself more. But here I am at
Do you have
35.
any kids?
I have a son.
Okay. How old is he?
He's 11.
When women say it didn't work out, that sends up alarm bells with me. What the hell does that mean? Does that mean you wrecked your
Ultimately,
home?
I did
Okay. Why not just say I wrecked my home?
because I was trying to sugarcoat it. I'll try to be more direct.
Well, I mean, you did say I found this RP information, right?
Yes, I did.
Sugarcoat for what? Tell the women the truth. So you wrecked your home. How do you and your ex are y'all on good terms? Hello. I guess she just froze or muted herself.
I'm still here.
I said, are you and your ex on good terms?
No.
Why not?
Um, he's not allowed to know where I live.
Is he involved in his kid's life?
Unfortunately, no.
Were the police involved?
Yes.
All right, I'll leave that alone then.
Thank you, sir.
Uh so are you seeing anybody now?
Casually.
All right, so what do you okay, so I'm always curious when women come to this new space, you say you feel like you should let women know what?
The self-destruction that the path that we're putting ourselves on by buying into the feminist beliefs. For me, like I said, like I created this life that I was so proud of, but yet there was still something missing for me. And the gentleman that I'm actually speaking of is who introduced me to the red pill community. Um, Made me realize that like I like going to work and being a boss, but I want to come home and take care of my man and my family. And it's only, and maybe I'm atypical, but I don't think so. I just don't think women are honest with themselves. Um, it's only when I'm in those
I
roles that
don't
I'm
think most women are honest.
fulfilled.
I don't think most hold on, unmute yourself. Ayana. Ayana. I don't think most women are honest at all because you spend more of your life living in fantasy and delusion to where if you can't
Mm.
just say the direct truth, the sugarcoating and all that stuff, it all sounds the same to us. It all sounds the same. How are you, Ayana?
I'm 28.
28. Are you single or are you married?
I am single.
All right. So we're talking about modern women are not prepared. Are you prepared, not prepared, or preparing? Where are you at in all this?
I feel like I am in the midst of preparing.
Okay. Was your
Um,
mother married?
yes,
What
she
did your
was
mother
married.
what did your mother
Sorry.
what did your mother teach you that you should do for your husband?
Unfortunately, I lost my mother at the age of 16. So I was right at that age where I would have been learning those type of things. Don't get me wrong, I did see her do a lot of different things in the house. So she called herself a domestic engineer.
But by
She
16, what did she teach you?
um she taught me how to take care of a man in the household as far
What
as keeping the house together.
but what
And
did she teach you what you should I mean, I understand domestic things and cooking and things like that, but those are things you'd be doing for yourself anyway. In specific, what did she tell you baby girl, this is what you need to do for your husband.
We never got to that point.
Okay, so by 16, many women were getting married by 19 to 22. So these conversations are, even though you may have lost your mother, and I'm sorry to hear that, but do you understand? At 16, it's too late to start teaching this stuff. This stuff gets taught to most women around about 4 years old.
This is true.
So when you
Well,
say you're preparing, how are you preparing now?
um, mentally, and I'm working on increasing my femininity. I am a very feminine woman.
You're
I feel like the past,
working
yes.
mentally. Okay. Do you have a coach?
No, I do not have a life coach. I am in the process of trying to find one. I'm going to find one really soon. I have a therapist, but I don't.
So how long you been in therapy?
I've been in therapy for about 2 years now, consistently.
That's why I said it's really just gonna take 6 months to a year in general. Again, I'm telling you right now, I'm still hearing modern woman. Self-study, self-directed, me. Nope. Same stuff. You don't have to be overtly masculine and rah, rah, it's the same stuff. 2 years in therapy. Are you on medication?
No.
Then therapy should be kind of wrapped up by now, especially for relational stuff.
No, it was deeper than that. It was deeper than relationship. It was a lot of childhood.
Okay, but again, you're still self-directed. Do you think if you wanted to be a surgeon, you think you could teach yourself just because you had some books and a library card?
No.
And see, what I need you ladies to understand is you think so little of men that you think you can learn all this stuff on YouTube. You think you can learn it on YouTube or watching a video. Y'all are not humble enough to sit your ass down somewhere, pay somebody some money, and say, teach me. Well, your mamas didn't teach it to you. You don't get to go to college for free. Did you go to college?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I had a.
That's all right. Did you go to high school? Did you graduate high school?
Yes, I graduated.
What do you do what's your profession?
I work for one of the big three.
Doing what?
Production.
Oh man, please don't make me have the big three auto manufacturers.
Yes.
Doing what?
I work. I build automobiles.
So you work in the factory.
At the moment, yes.
Okay, why not just say that?
I wasn't trying to say names. I apologize.
I don't care. I asked you your profession. I didn't ask you a name. See, just like the first woman who said, I'm part of the RP community. Then I ask a question. You like to sugarcoat and lie. Just say the shit. My family was factory workers. How do you think I know? I'm the big three. How many people do you know what the big three is? Why not just say it? Because they don't know how to communicate with us. Y'all think y'all are being whatever, and you're pissing us off. This pisses a man off. Did you know that? Have you noticed how my energy's changed?
Yes.
Did I start off this way?
No.
The more I have to ask you for information that you know I'm trying to get, relational issues. They don't understand us, guys. They're not taught anything about us. Understand, most girls are taught nothing about men. And then by the time they start to develop, they're taught that we're nasty, dirty, we want to stick our thing in them and do such, so we're to be avoided because we're bad and we're going to hurt them, or we are to be used because we're strong and do this or pay bills. Even though your mama clean, whatever, she taught you how to take care of yourself. She didn't teach you to do nothing for no man. She didn't say, baby, you do this for your man. Everything she taught you to do, she taught you to do for you. And right now, as smart as you are still got your own library card, sitting down watching videos, self study. How you expect that to net into a man of value? A thorough man. I don't care if he's high value or not. A man worth something. How do you expect that to work out?
It won't.
And that's what I'm trying to get you ladies to understand. What you're doing ain't nowhere close to good enough. Modern women, hear me and hear me well. 75% of y'all are failing at man. That includes many of the women who are already currently married. You fail because you don't speak man. Now, how many times do you see on YouTube men translating what women say? There's a movie, What Women Want, What Women Think. How many movies have you seen women translating what men think or women trying to go above and beyond? Today, we got women who don't even want to put themselves out there. They think a smile is chasing a dude. So at 28, ma'am, you are officially in the danger zone. So that means you have some choices to make. Danger zone! You got some choices to make. If you want to be married, you got to become a wife first. And the clock is running out. You can't teach yourself, though. You understand why I say that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well, that was I mean, I don't pretend to have. I would just say this, know this, that you can't teach yourself. And just like etiquette classes or anything else like that, ma'am, you're going to have to put some money into this. But I'm going to ask you a serious question, and you're off camera. Are you willing to go in your pocket and spend hundreds, thousands of dollars to learn how to become the kind of woman a man wants to have as a wife?
Am I willing to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Hundreds, high hundreds, thousands. Not hundreds of thousands.
Okay. Oh no, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind doing that. That's not
how many thousands of dollars would you be willing to spend? How many hundreds or how many thousands would you be willing to spend?
Like honestly, a number. I'm gonna say at the most, I would spend 2,000. That is the most I'm willing to put towards it.
$2,000. Okay.
Yes.
Let's look at $2,000. What state do you live in?
I live in Michigan.
Well, okay. When's the last time you went on a date?
I would say about 3 months ago.
When's the last time you went on a dinner date?
3 months ago.
Did you guys go to a restaurant? Nice restaurant?
Yes.
About how much did it cost?
The bill came up to about, I want to say $450, $460.
$450, $460. Okay. And how much of that did you pay?
I offered to pay the tip.
How much of it you offered to pay the tip? So a $450 bill. That's what's for one ass dinner. Mm-hmm. And you're willing to spend $2,000 to get a man that's worthy enough to be your husband for a lifetime. That's how.
Is that not?
I don't, ma'am, please. That's how little y'all value us. $2,000. And this woman's last date, it was $450. Men, you ain't even worth 5 dates. Now, if I said you need to put out after the 3rd date, women would be like, oh my God, 5 $450 dates. Some of y'all can't even expect to get laid because it's a woman's prerogative. But yet they're not willing to even put $2,000 into landing a husband, a father of their children, a life partner, somebody to build with, an additional income, a support system, and in case of emergency. This is a goddamn shame. Your mama failed you.
Can I ask a question?
Please make it. I hope you can. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I am a 4'11", very, very petite, almost teenager looking woman.
Right.
And I do not find guys my age interesting at all. I've been that way. I want to say almost.
What's the question? What's the
for almost
question?
all of
What's the question?
What if I feel like you're going to tell me I have to pay for it, but what type of advice would you give to someone like myself? Like I'm attracted to, not physically, but
Buy a
I'm
dog.
attracted to older. But
To die alone.
oh, Kevin, come on,
No,
Kevin.
because here's the thing: the kind of men that you want and the kind of women like you want, Becky, Marisol, Myling, Jamila, they are enrolling in college classes.
I'm in school now.
Excuse me, you didn't listen for the freaking punchline. They're enrolling in college classes, Black Masculine Studies, to learn more about Black men in particular. And when you ask them why, because I like Black men and I want to become a better girlfriend, fiance, and wife. Y'all don't want to pay. You want to pay $2,000 or less for something a transferable skill. So if they know how to be a better possible wife for you, you know she ain't gonna spend no real money on you. She ain't gonna do nothing for you. This is why you can't. The men you want, this is a beautiful thing about the global market. Your competition is getting to the men you want because they're willing to invest into the kind of men they want. This is why you have Anna Bay talking about dear elegant ladies and all these sophisticated kind of. You can see all these non-black women talking about this and getting the back. But do you see a black woman teaching black women how to do this for black men? Hell no, because y'all don't think we're worth a goddamn thing. You can sit your ass down at a $450 dinner and you, in the next breath, a man ain't worth 2,000 ass dollars.
I never said a man wasn't worth
Yeah, you
$2,000.
did. Now don't now save yourself, black man. Find women like that and get rid of them. That's why I say you look at how much a woman is willing to spend. The money always tells the truth with women. You ain't gotta be rude, man. But the fact of the matter is, they'll spend more money on their goddamn. Hold on. That you got muted. Unmute yourself. Hello.
I wasn't trying to be rude.
I don't think you. I didn't say you were trying to be rude, sweetheart. I never said that. But how often do you go to the beauty salon?
I do my own hair. I used to be a hairstylist.
Mm-hmm. When people used to sit down in your chair, how much did they used to spend on average? To get these bundles and Brazilians and all that, how much did they used to spend?
I mean, nowadays it's way more
How
expensive
much?
than
About how
when.
much? How much? How much a
Oh,
nice sew-in cost?
there's anywhere from no less than $80 to $100.
Uh-huh. How much does a full set of nails cost?
At minimum, I would say 50.
Mm-hmm. How long would it take a woman to spend $2,000 just to keep her hair and her nails did? How long would the average sister you think? How long you think $2,000 would last her to keep her hair tight and her nails right?
The average woman, I can't relate, but I would think that would be good for a couple months, maybe.
In other words, if we take that couple months, that $2,000, if it was average, if you were the average woman and you did this, but you don't, you talking about you ain't willing to invest more than a couple of months of hair and nails into to becoming a better wife for the kind of man you say you want. But yeah, I'm sure the kind of man you want to marry is a cut above the rest because he's not just the average dude. He had to have his shit together. He's got to be a thorough kind of dude. He ain't got to be rich, but he can't just be working on Subway sandwiches and stuff, right?
Absolutely, Kevin. Come on.
Or you could work with, or you could marry a Subway. You could make. You could.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying no. I would not settle
So
for
in other
something.
words, he'd have to have some sort of value. He'd have to be more than average, and he ain't worth 2 months of hair and nails,
Average.
huh?
I'm average, I would
But
say.
I'm saying he'd have to be more than average. You may be average, but you would accept a brother making $40,000 a year, $20 an hour, and
And
have
is
his
that his
and that's it. That's his maximum for the rest of his life. He ain't making no more. He could work 100 hours a week, and that's all he gonna make. No, you wouldn't accept him. She's shaking her head. No, that means you wouldn't have no kids. See, what I'm telling you is, average men, you ain't, and that's you wouldn't accept an average man. So the kind of man you would accept ain't even worth 2 months of hair and nails. Enjoy.
No, Kevin. Come on.
Enjoy. That's what it comes down to, fellas. The math is a beast. Ma'am, you don't have to be rude, but the bottom line is what it is. You you ladies want men of value for free. Unmute yourself, ma'am. You got the camera going all over the place. The camera's on the ground. Miss Ray, please get yourself together.
Hey, Kevin.
Okay, we got a problem already. Your camera's all going all over the place. How old are you?
I'm 26.
What can I do for you?
I have a question. So, I'm about to get in med school. I have a degree in neuroscience right now. I work as a neuroscientist.
I have a topic. I have a topic. Are you calling in
Sorry?
on the topic? I have a topic. Are you calling in on the topic, or do you have a question?
Yeah, I have on the topic.
So, what is the topic I'm talking about?
I think about modern, but what you would do for your man in marriage.
Not what the topic is. They just call in and talk about what they want to talk about. Nope. 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 You're gonna call into my show with some respect. I'm not gonna happen. You think it's a game? It ain't a game. So here's the thing, people. Miss Robinson. See, I want you guys to understand that I ask questions the way that what the actual truth is. And the truth is often rather sad and somewhat unbelievable to most men that a husband ain't worth nothing. Spend some money to get a man to become better for a man? What? What? I gotta do something? What? No. But she can sit down to a $450 dinner. Hello? Unmute yourself, Miss Robinson. Miss Robinson, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi.
Kevin?
Can
Hi.
you? Hi. Can you be?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you be stationary? Hello. How are you?
Okay. Hello.
How old are you?
Okay, I am 51.
Uh-huh.
So my question is specific to the content that you talk about on the show, because I've listened to it quite often.
Ma'am,
My question
before you start speaking,
yes,
ma'am, are you single or are you married?
I'm divorced.
All right. Are you calling in to talk about the topic I have on the floor tonight, or are you calling in with a different question?
I am calling for a different question, so maybe I should call back.
Oh, well, that would be what's the question?
It's just a general question that does the content that you're referring to, does that apply to women who are outside of the age range that you're focusing in on?
What do you mean?
So, I mean, do men who are in my age range, are they looking for the same type of things from women my age as well? Or is it that it would only apply to women who are
I don't
younger?
know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by the same kind of things. But men across the board tend to want women who are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and submissive.
Despite the age.
Yeah, men want women who are fit, feminine, and friendly. And
Okay.
unfortunately, as age tends to set in, most women aren't fit. That's why
Hmm.
a lot of men who are in their mid 40s to 50s tend to want to date younger women
Who are younger.
who are just fit.
Okay. Okay.
And it's not something that women can't do anything about,
Hmm.
but men are visual, and that's what it is. So if you had women who were around your age who took care of themselves, fit, had a good mindset, they should be outperforming younger women, honestly. But
Okay.
that's not typically how it happens. Typically, how it
Okay.
happens is women who are older tend not to get the therapy done, tend not to do the internal work. They get lax or lazy on the external work because of their working, and that translates to just an overall term of baggage,
Hmm.
and it becomes a men are looking at, well, cost benefit. It's like, well, I want to have a good time and have somebody, but I don't want to have to deal with all this. It's not something that women don't have can't do anything about though. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does, because I just didn't know if that was, at this age, is that something I should even be pursuing, looking
Well,
for
I
companionship
mean,
or
well,
marriage
well, you're
again
only
versus
51, unless you want to die alone. Yeah,
right. Well,
but
that's what I was wondering. Should I just
you
buy a
have to.
dog and die alone, or
Well, if you don't, if you, the thing is, the market is a harsh place. No different than if you're a man who's 50 and you are making minimum wage. You really can't date. You have to be a
hmm.
man at 50 and you have to have some stuff. So it's just as harsh for men. But men, we accept men's limitations as harshness. But the problem is when women tend to get older, the one thing that all women can control is their fitness.
Hmm.
And they don't do that. So that automatically puts women who are older and unfit at a disadvantage in the sexual marketplace. So it's
Hmm.
not about whether you should or should not. It's whether you prepared to. So you were married, right?
Yes, I was
How
married for 18 years.
And then
Hmm.
how long have you been divorced?
I've been divorced for about 4 years.
Okay. Most women who get married get comfortable, and
Hmm.
they become from a single body to a married body. But you gotta have a married, you gotta have a single body if you're a single woman. You gotta get back out here and
Yeah,
put some bait on the hook. So it's not about the men at this
yeah.
level, because the men are still looking for relationships, but the fitness thing is
Well, that's
big.
what I wanted to know. Are men this age looking for relationships with other women around their
Yes,
age? So
if
you answered
those
my
women are,
question.
if the women
Right.
are competitive,
Okay.
no different than women around that age are not looking for men who are broke.
Hmm. Yeah.
So a man has to be competitive, and so does a woman. Just like a
Right.
woman
Right.
doesn't want to settle for a broke man, a man who's in your age range doesn't want to settle for a woman that's not appealing.
Hmm.
So it's a trade off. All right. Have a good day,
Okay.
man. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you very much.
All
All
right.
right.
Have a good one. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.
And it's a reasonable question. Uh huh. And this is where a lot of sisters really could really you should be outperforming the competition. Really. Look at all these questions. People coming in here. Bring in some back in. Guys, I want to see what they're saying in the comment section. $2,000, man. Dude, bruh, you ain't even worth $2,000. Now, understanding the coaching that she could have gotten would be useful in many, and she was being honest. This is why Rent a Gent and things like that where women have to pay. Women in general, Rent-A-Gent doesn't have a location in Atlanta because black women ain't spending no money on getting a black man. They're not spending any money. They think that their vagina is enough. Black women think their vagina is platinums laced with gold. And that comes from the lowest to the highest. If you could put a black woman's vajayjay on the stock market, they would think it is a premium stock. Have you ever heard a sister talk about she didn't have the bomb wop? They all tend to think this. And all in the more than 50% sense. So when I ask, what if you didn't have your sex to trade on? What if the things you had to deliver to a man was these things? This is when you get that answer. So I'm sorry, ladies. You ain't willing to do shit for a man? Men, go find Maria, Marisol, Mylene, Jamila, and go on and make you some little kids that look like you and keep it moving. Let them move in with each other. Don't worry about it, man. Don't get mad. Keep on slip sliding by. And then when you walk in with your little kid and he's speaking Spanish and she look at you like this, say, hey, she spent $6,000 learning how to fry chicken. Nothing. Men, you deserve better treatment. Hello, you need to unmute yourself, Hillary. You deserve better treatment. And I'm going to keep reminding you deserve better treatment until you start demanding it of yourself. Hello, Hillary. Unmute yourself. You're walking around talking. You need to unmute yourself.
Hello.
How old are
Hi,
you?
sorry, I was trying to unmute myself and it
How old
said
are you?
something.
How old are you?
I'm 26. I'll be 27 in April.
All right. What can I do for you?
Well, I just became a member today, but I didn't get to watch your live today. I usually do. I'm sorry. I know you're probably going to be like, then why are you joining the Zoom, live? But I do enjoy your content. I'm going to school to become an accountant. And
are you single or are you married?
I'm single, no kids. Like I said, I'll be 27 in April.
Okay.
At first.
So what did you?
Yeah.
So do you have a question? Are you single for sure? You got the smoke detector.
I'm single for sure. What? Sorry, I can't really hear.
You got the smoke detector beeping back there. The single woman tell. Beep. Okay. Well, if you don't have a question, I need to move on to somebody else.
Okay, it's okay. I'll probably join it another time. Sorry about that, but thank you for letting me join.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't understand how you ladies live with those smoke detectors just beeping. Beep, beep. Ladies, understand something. If you expect a man to invest into his therapy. They don't even want to do that. But the ones who do that, do they want to invest in their fitness? No. If we could ask the average woman in general, black woman in particular, how much do you think, if we could come up with a cost, if you could come up with an actual cost that we could both agree on and say, how much should a black man cost? I think the number would be shockingly low. But what you can look at is how women act, what women do. Women tell men what they think men of a particular group deserve by their attitude and their appearance. Well, you can see what the appearance of any particular group of women is. Look at how they act. Don't want talk about smiling and things like that. How often do you see non-black women swinging on non-black men? How often do you see non-black women getting in non-black men's face? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'll beat your ass and da-da-da. How often do you see non-black women squaring up on grown-ass non-black men trying to catch a fade? Are y'all not, what? So not only are you not going to be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, you ain't going to smile. You ain't going to do shit. You ain't going to get a cookbook. You ain't going to do nothing. Feminine, whatever. No, and then I'm going to beat your ass. And we are the misogynistic ones. We the ones that hate y'all. Look at the way he talked. All right, look at what y'all do. Look at what you say. Look at how you talk to us. Look at how you act towards us. For the time, and here's the thing. Any men of any group, we're the ones that know you the best. Just like white men know white women better than anybody else, black men know black women better than anybody else. So if you ain't gonna listen to us, because we know where all the bones are buried, we know y'all. But you don't have to because we're y'all property. That's right. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that. You don't, what? What? Invest some money into learning how to become better? I own you. You're ours. Yeah, that dog won't hunt no more. You got, and more men are saying,
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
More and more dudes are saying, F this shit, I'm out. Because you dealing with the average woman today and they got emotional damage. Emotional damage. They got emotional damage. And where did it come from? It didn't come from me. It didn't come from you. It didn't come from Tyrone. It didn't come from Gerald. It didn't come from Bradley, Ahmed, Keith, and Enrique. It came from your mama.
Execute Order 66.
It came from your mama. It came from your grandmama. It came from them people that came before us. It didn't come from us. It came from them other folks. Don't be blaming us for that. It didn't come from us. Who did it come from?
Execute Order 66.
That's who it came from. That's who did it for you. Where's your emotional damage came from?
Execute Order 66.
It came from old Sidious. Mm-hmm. That's right, because she got what?
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
That's right.
Holy shit, look at that rabid hyena just ripping this guy's nuts off.
Don't get mad at me, Shirley.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
But the problem is now men are starting to go. Men are starting to roar back and they're like, what?
Be gone, fuck!
Because
she belongs to the streets.
That's right.
Holy shit.
And like your godfather says, live from Miami, this has been.
This is a certified hood classic.
Until the next time, peace. We are French Toast Gone.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's
me. Oh my God. That's the perfect question. The perfect yes. Absolutely yes.
Emotional, damn it.
You couldn't make this stuff up.